This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You talk about this and you talk about that. You talk about Austin and Cofet. You talk about Jackie and you talk about Pat. You talk about this and the devil knows what. You just talk. You talk too much. You talk about things that you don't even see. You talk about him and you talk about me. You talk about Peter and you talk about Paul. You talk about Jimmy and you talk about Carl. You just talk. You talk too much. You talk about Shaman and you talk about Gwen. You talk about who and who have children. You talk about Janet or Sue Karen, who live in the middle from...
Good afternoon, Bahamas. It is Monday, magnificent Monday. This is Guardian Talk Radio here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I'm your host, Cosman, on Roseboro today. And of course, we will have Uncle Sarah and Gabriel McKinsey Enos on Wednesday. And then I'll be back on Thursday, and Uncle will bring up the anchor Friday. But I am joined in studio today with Ricardo, Mr. Beads, Forbes.
Yes, sir. We are here in the building.
You were with me yesterday. We had a great conversation on Remark.
Excellent. Yes.
From 5 to 6:30. Preparation to serve.
Yes.
And we had a great show. We had great listenership. We do thank those people who tuned in with us on Sunday. We normally have a laid-back conversation, but a truthful one.
Yes.
Very truthful.
Yes.
And I did enjoy your presence with me yesterday, and I want to thank you for joining me again today.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm listening to the conversations today. It's Monday, and there's a lot to talk about. And I want to title this show today, Mr. Bees, with your permission, being here as the co-host, Talk Too Much.
Mm-hmm.
Talk Too Much.
Okay.
And the numbers to join in if you want to talk. But some of you people, you really talk too much. I know you're going to say. I know they're going to say. Roseboro, you talk too much to yourself.
Well, you know that coming.
Yeah, I know it coming. The humans like to talk, but sometimes we talk too much. Those numbers are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of islands, 300-5720, or you can text in at 422-4796.
Yep.
Yesterday, after the show, I was completing a beekeeping job to those supporters of Guardian Radio, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. They actually afforded me yesterday to remove a hive from their home, and I did enjoy the exercise. It was quite an experience. And after the show, I had to actually go back to ensure the job was well done and to tidy up. And on my way home, I made a stop to a very good friend of mine, Action. You know, he does jet skis and parasailing.
Yeah, Action, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Action.
Yeah, he has that jet car, like pretty pink jet car. And I normally stop on my way home to make sure he's okay, but he's always working. And he had on the television, I guess what many people were watching yesterday, speaking about the very thing Shivago was just speaking about for the past 2 hours, which was a situation that was developing in the United States that surrounded a Bahamian, and it was marked as a cartel here in the Bahamas, as it were, some type of big drug ring type situation. And amazingly, Mr. Beads, you and I spoke yesterday about the Commission of Inquiry.
Yes.
And you said that you were a bit young, but you do recall the Commission of Inquiry.
Yes, I do remember that. I can't recall.
Oh,
That was one of the famous taglines that came out of that.
Okay. But there was a whole lot of talking going on, as you recalled. And at the end of all that talking, what happened?
You mean at the end of the Commission of Inquiry?
Yeah. What do we get for that?
Locked up.
No one
Nobody
locked
lost
up.
their position.
No one lost their
nothing.
position. Nothing.
Yeah, as far as I know. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember that.
Well, we want to revisit that to see what that was all about. We just had a general election of 2026, and the results are in. There's no election court as we know it. We do recognize that the numbers have not changed since the previous election of 2021. The Free National Movement has picked up one more seat, and the Progressive Liberal Party has picked up one more seat. What has happened to the COI, Coalition of Independents, they've lost one seat.
Okay.
And so they have no seats in the House of Assembly. And then last night, as I was visiting my friend, I saw the leader of the COI who was making commentary about corruption, but not only corruption in citizenry, but corruption in government, as if it was a public-private partnership.
Right.
Now, the reason why I chose the title Talk Too Much is that I am concerned as a caller on Shivago Lang show, Mr. Shivago Lang, and I'm kind of learning how to give people respect. There are people calling him Shivago as if, them and Shivago are the same level. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know I'm talking about my friend, but he's my friend too. But I think I want to encourage Bahamian people to just lend respect to people based on their accomplishments. Right. And so I would call him the Honorable Shivago Lang, who was a former member of the House of Assembly, a cabinet minister, a man of renown.
Yes.
I don't feel even Garth made to just call him Shivago.
Right. He's an author.
Not in public. Now, maybe person to person Shivago may say, hey, Garth, it's okay you call me Shivago or Vago or whatever you want to call me. But while we're in public conversation, I think it's only respectable to say the Honorable Shivago Lang, who was a past representative of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, so that people who are listening from abroad, who may not know who he is, who may not necessarily know who I am, will understand who he is as a person by way of title. Right. I'm just being fair.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
We can't go around calling people Philip or Lil Phil like how our Royal Opposition leader did. I'm trying to raise a standard here of what I was raised to be respectful.
Right.
When I was in St. Thomas More, grade 5, first time in history, by the way, I was, in my history, I attended Queen's College. Okay. Before that, I was a Comet. And when I went to St. Thomas More, there was a teacher by the name of Miss McKinsey. Okay. She was from Jamaica. Right. And I never had no Jamaican teacher in Queen's College. We had people from Britain. Right. We were stoosh people, man. We were articulate. We knew how to speak the Queen's English. Yes. Okay? Proper. Yes. So when I met this lady, listen to me, class. Never, ever address me unless you call me Miss or Miss McKinsey. Right. And that was the first lesson I got from her in grade 5. Right. With respect. With respect. And after that, I had another Jamaican teacher who taught me math, Miss Lyle. I had Miss Burroughs as my home teacher. Miss Lyle was my math teacher. But you had to say Miss Lyle. So whenever you have people that are either older than you or people who have accomplished more than you or have actually arisen to a level above you, it takes nothing to address them with a title of respect. That's all I'm simply saying.
All the old people, children know this statement. If you don't know a man,
call him Mr. or Miss. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So let me leave that there. But I recognize on this particular feed that the person's intention was to show and prove that there are corrupt officials who are government people authorized by the Bahamian people to serve that was making the entire country one corrupt enterprise. Right. Now, I had a problem with that. But I'm not going to address that solely. I listened to Shivago Lang show, Mr. Shivago Lang, the Honorable Shivago Lang. Let me correct myself. At 1:21, there was a caller that called in who's a former police officer who said the very same sentiments I've been thinking from last night till now. And I want to applaud that particular caller. I wasn't able to listen to everybody. I always stop in South Beach at the University of South Beach, the Domino boys and Bernard and Jerry and LB and all the rest of the boys. I play my little dominoes. Right. But I was listening while I was there even, and I was able to monitor parts of the conversation.
Yes.
And I did win a set, by the way. I had to leave my name on the board.
Right.
Best of the best.
Right.
But I want to say to them, hello to them. Call your friends, call your co-workers, call your loved ones. Let's tune in. Let's get to be a part of this conversation. Mr. Bees, I know you got to give a shout out, but I want to talk about Talk Too Much today. Right. Mm-hmm. Talk Too Much. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Just shouting out everybody that's tuning in. And, yeah, man, y'all, we just continue to call, text. If we want to hear from you today. We definitely want to hear your voice because your voice matters. And, so we're here. We're ready, locked in and ready to go.
All right, then let's take this quick commercial break. This is Guardian Talk Radio, 96.9 FM, right here on this magnificent Monday, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family violence, 300-5720. Text it at 422-4796. Do you think we're talking publicly too much about this? As the international world is listening in, what the hell must they think about us? We got to be a corrupt people. We'll be right back.
You talk about things that you don't even see. You talk about him and you talk about me. You talk about Peter and you talk about Paul. You talk about Jimmy and you talk about Carl. You just talk. You talk too much. You talk about Shaman and you talk about Gwen. You talk about who and who have children.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let print bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Red and script. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your bad mouth in me, tell the people crazy things about me while I winning. You rather bring me to shame while I winning. I hear you watching my ways, spying on my page, and every move I make, man, you hoping I fail, but I winning.
All right, welcome to Guardian Radio today with yours truly, Mr. Beads, and the one and only Garth Roseborough. Yeah, we're discussing some current topics today, and we're excited to hear from you guys and hear how you feel about what's going on. But the topic today is you talk too much. You talk too much.
Talk too much.
Yeah, so like the Jamaicans say, you laba and you su.
Listen, the general election brought much emotion. I don't know why it did. I heard the philosophies. I heard people's theories, their hypothesis as to why things were the way they were. But very clearly, you can see previous to the results itself, which should have been now. There was a moment when I questioned my own intelligence, which was as I sat here with Mr. Dwight Strawn. I had Naughty and MJ. There was C.A. Newry, Aaron Green. But I actually sat right next to Dwight Strawn. And what I appreciated about Dwight Strawn is even though we are show hosts, and he is the manager, by the way, that we allowed everyone else to speak, because the truth be told, Dwight and I just kept looking at each other like, what the hell? The results to us, even though you may have felt it won, the results from the third party, the COI, was amazing.
Yeah.
We didn't say anything. I just told Aaron, I know Aaron had a lot to say, and I just looked at MJ and I said, MJ, just please, for God's sake, just read the results because I want to really see all these numbers, especially when we looked at Pinewood Gardens.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, my God, I can see why. Now, I didn't give my post analysis in full because I know the listeners would have their own analysis. But if I were to say today why I felt the numbers were the way they were, the truth be told, it was too much confusion.
Right.
I don't think Bahamians do well when there's a lot of confusion. That's number one. Number two, the confusing factor for me was that the COI actually resembled that of the FNM or vice versa. The FNM resembled the COI in their effort to go ahead and lambast the governing body. Their comments, their complaints, their commentary seems to actually for the swing voter. I'm not talking about the base voter. You people who are strong supporters of the FNM, because you are the stronger of the two in terms of a base support. But when the swing voters and the new voters looked at who you were, they would have said to themselves, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
It was easier then for the Progressive Liberal Party to attract the young people, if you ask me. Because young people, believe it or not, even though not yet matured, they don't like confusion.
No.
What they like is a good time.
No. And then you have a lot of young Bahamians that love the Bahamas,
Yeah.
want to live here. They're not interested in moving to Canada or America. And they do have some level of concern about their future in this country. And,
Yes.
and the decisions that are to guarantee them having a better future moving forward. So not saying that all young people are interested, but there's a large number who are interested. And then nowadays with social media and the level of information that's out there on the internet, it's not like back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, where the government could run mind games on the people and people believe and fall for it.
Yes.
Nowadays, the proof is out there as to the games that the politicians play, whether they are the government, the opposition, or even third parties. I'm just saying, young people are quite aware of it. So it's difficult. It's more difficult now to run game on people, and so young people concerned about all these different things. They could see, as long as they're not politically polarized by some older person in their family or whatever, that this is fake, and I see that this is real.
And that is why, for the last year, intentionally, I loaned the lyrics and the music from one Billy Preston.
Right.
I was trying to say something in a subtle fashion to everyone, not just the PLP, not just to the FNM, not just to the COI, that nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to bring something. I don't know what the something was that the people were asking for, but you had to bring something. It didn't have to be a physical thing like plywood or shingles or painting of a house, but whatever that something was, if the person just needed encouragement, if they need a good word. In other words, you need to touch some people to find out what's going on with them. And I don't know if everyone got that message, because this is what I do believe. If the COI was able to capture financing, strong financing, they'd have wiped out the Free National Movement.
Of course, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
They would have wiped them out, because there was a large base of people that chose not to vote because they weren't inspired or they weren't made sensitive for the need to vote. Money,
Definitely.
I don't care what you tell me, money changes things.
Yep.
When you have a church and you're a pastor and you're preaching, and every week you go to church, like my pastor friend told me the other day, he got to close his church down because there ain't no offering and tithe coming in.
Right.
Now, why he closing the church if he's trying to save souls?
Right.
Because the money makes a difference. Still got to pay for the air conditioning.
Right.
Still got to pay for the light. Still got to pay the mortgage. You got bills to pay. You got to pay for your car, gas for your car. People need help.
Right.
So watch this now. If the Free National Movement had a more financial campaign, it would have been a different election.
Right.
Who brought the finances? You tell me. The Progressive Liberal Party.
Yeah, they seem as though they're spending the most money.
They spent the money,
Yeah.
and they also touched some people. They didn't give money to everybody.
No.
They didn't give things to everybody. But the perception was that the PLP was on the ground and they was doing things.
Yes.
Okay? Now, post-election, you're telling me that the PLP is corrupt, they're involved with drug dealers, and these things need to be addressed because we as Bahamian people, we don't tolerate this. We don't need this type of government. We need to change this type. We did this pre-election.
Right.
It didn't work for our general election, and you're still trying to make it work after the election. And the only thing that's going to come out of this, Mr. Beats, is embarrassment to the global society. That Bahamian is corrupt, the cabinet is corrupt, all the senators are corrupt, the officials are corrupt, then the Bahamas has to be a corrupt nation. Now, when that happens, how do you as a Bahamian citizen expect the international community, the IMF, and the development banks of the world to come and invest money with a apparently corrupt Bahamas? I just don't get it. Why it's so important for you to sink, as the caller said on Shivago Lang show, Mr. Shivago Lang, Honorable Shivago Lang, on his show at 1:21. I listened to the gentleman, former police officer, who witnessed the Commission of Inquiry. Why are you willing to sink the entire country in the name of saving it? I don't understand that. That's what I'm seeing. Yes, you want to be the government. Yes, you want to serve. Yes, you want to have the driver, you want the SUV, you want the change of clothing, you want the 4 meets in the House of Assembly, you want the travel allowances, you want the health insurance, you want all these things, you want the red passport, you want all the perks.
Right.
And you're willing to sink the entire country, show them that, you know what, I can govern this country better. So let me ask you a question before I take this call, Mr. Beads. Which country do you know about who takes their laundry and airs it out to the entire world in the name of progress? I want you to answer me.
America.
Who do you know in America who's a big drug dealer over there? Who have ties to America?
No, I'm saying on the American news stations, they always talking about...
Who? Give me a name.
What you mean? The name of the station?
We got a big case going on now, but we telling everybody in the world our business. I want to know where in America...
No, I mean, but America actually is a country that shows you the good and the bad. They show you where...
Show me the bad.
They have corrupt politicians. They show you where there's business people that's corrupt.
Give me a name.
They show you where there's good people in politics.
Give me a name.
A name of who?
I want you to give me a name that was their name corrupt, that they will sink the entire integrity.
Donald Trump.
So he praised
the
Donald
president,
Trump.
I'm just saying. No, but don't forget.
You ain't scared to say that?
Don't forget he was about to get impeached.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And how did that end?
And then he had a reputation of being doing disrespectful stuff and saying disrespectful stuff to women, other ethnicities.
How did that work out?
I mean, he still became president for that time.
He still became president. Calling you live. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. I'm with Mr. Beats. Mr. Beats, say start at the top. What do you say?
Good afternoon, Mr. Rossborough and your guests.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm fine, thanks.
Man, I'm glad to know that you're okay. Huh?
I'm trying to find out if we have laws against a person going international about their country. I mean, because I've seen even some persons wrote the international communities, all those high places.
They're snitching on the country?
About the Bahamas. But yet they say they want to run this country.
They snitching on the country.
I trying to figure it out myself, caller. I ain't trying to be disgusting. I trying to really understand.
I got one piece of shocking news for you, right?
Please tell me.
Just wait on the information.
Please.
That same particular guy that went to the United States to speak bad about the Bahamas, he is going to be in some hot water with the United States of America pretty soon. Okay? It's alleged that he is in Old Bahama Bay. You know where that is at in West Grand Bahama, right?
Okay.
There's a particular rich old man that he's allegedly swindling, okay? And you know America love their senior citizens, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be some reasons all over the world speaking about a country. But how could you speak bad about a country, same country you want to run? And then when you give us a bad reputation, how you expect to now retract that if you were to become the government anytime?
This is what I try to understand.
We have to be very careful what we say and do publicly and internationally. Thank you. Have a good day.
Man, I appreciate that.
I have a question based on his comment, right?
Ahead,
and it's something that I always wondered. Okay, when it gets down to the core of it, now, you know, in a society, everybody's not going to ever agree on the same things or see things the same way. We all understand that. Mm-hmm. But I have a question. Generally, though, if you're looking at percentage-wise, do you think the majority of Bahamians really care about a leader with a clean, moral, ethical record?
My God.
Do you think do you think that's really a requirement? Because we like to say it. We like to put like this. We like to talk in terms of morality. Oh, this person is wicked. This person is crooked. This person is corrupt. We like to throw these words out there as if we have an expectation of, hey, okay, our next leader should be somebody who dots all the I's and cross all the T's when it comes to living a high moral reputation in the past. Nothing that you could shine a light and say, oh, yeah, look what they did or what they didn't do or what they approve or what they turn a blind eye to. Do we really want that? Or that we just use it for convenience based on if the person, if it's someone we don't support or if it's a party we don't really support. And then when it's our party or our person, we justify it or we don't say nothing about it.
I
mean, that's my question.
I first apologize to all of the show hosts this morning because I didn't really turn the radio on until I got to Zhivago Lang Show, the Honorable Zhivago Lang. But in his words, when you see 51%, then we have a conversation.
Okay, 51% of what?
Of the masses. Once 51% of the masses are saying, you know what, this is important to us, then we make it important. Okay. Until then, what we do have in the Bahamas, as I know it to be, is some 30% plus being progressive Liberal Party, strong support, what you call a base support, some 30 plus strong F&M support, until this past election where there was some division. And then, of course, the COI is now trying to build a base.
Right.
And the only way they're going to build a base is if, after looking at this election, the third parties, Lantosh, the BCP, Cassius Stewart, the BDM, Micklin Seymour, the Righteous Kingdom movement, don't emerge for the next election and say, you know what, I see low fence. I got to get to be a part of this.
Right.
And then you will see a division happening amongst the third parties where there's an embattlement, there's a fight, there's a feud, you'll see debates, but it has nothing to do with the Progressive Liberal Party, nothing to do with the Free National Movement, and that will actually cause the F&M to survive. Right. If I were to say to you, the concern of the Bahamian people, I would say right now, those in the opposition and minority are concerned.
Okay.
Those who are now, what I would say by way of general election at this time, which is the majority, I would say they're progress. They're all for progress.
Right.
And they're looking forward to progress. Let's take another call on the line. Go ahead, caller, you're live.
God Roseburg.
Hey, Julian, what's happening, man? I heard you all over the place.
Listen to me.
Go ahead, talk to me. Talk to me.
The caretaker of the F&M, Mr. Pentard, he's no longer the lead. He's just the caretaker of the F&M.
Hold on, Julian. You got to go slow. I ain't going to cut you. I just want you to go slow. When you say caretaker, hold on. Go slow. Telling me that you are a Free National Movement council member and you know for a fact that he's only a caretaker.
Brother God was word. I don't have to be the weatherman to go outside to tell you the rain coming. I can see when the rain coming.
So where you getting your information from? Let me hear that.
I said he's only the caretaker for now.
So what do you? So who's the future leader then of the Free National Movement in your estimation?
It can be a two-way race.
Between?
It can be Dr. Andre Rollins and Adrian White against a Lincoln Deal and Michael Obama. And then whatever comes out of that, it can end up being another split in the F&M again.
That's an interesting
But look
theory.
at the selection
if the F&M keeps splitting, they ain't have no more body.
That the PLP picked this morning. Latrey Raming, under 40. Keno Wong, just a little bit over 40. But Robert Langs have a little age. But young, wiving people to go up now against a Kamalavi, almost 60. A Rick Fox, almost 60. Johnson, almost 60. The young man, I don't know this young, the first time I ever heard his name was this morning. From Freeport. I said he had run Pentard campaign. And Pentard reward him with that. I never heard him and I am a person that follows politics. I've never heard his name around. Nothing. F&M said they don't even know he is. But he's a senator. Look at the young man in Pinewood Garden who grew up through the torchbearers. Look at the person like a Travis Robinson. How come they're not in the Senate?
Well, you know what they say, Julian, to be very honest with you, and I've heard this last year, and I'll make a statement today. We were told not to get in F&M's business.
No, but the F&M is a part of the government. They're the official.
I understand that. I've been.
No more
I listen to what I'm saying to you again, Mr. Julian. I understand what you're saying to be correct. I'm not fighting you. I understand it very clearly. When I sat on this radio, and this happens even from the Progressive Liberal Party, I want this to be made clear. I do believe the Progressive Liberal Party would also be favored to a more balanced House of Assembly.
I think so.
Not that you would pick a particular person to say, I don't want them to be a part of our team. But you would have thought that, yeah, you don't mind winning, but you would like to have some semblance of balance in the House of Assembly. The numbers are too Gussie May, as we say. The numbers is just lopsided. We get it.
Yeah.
But to blame for that, you cannot blame the Progressive Liberal Party for that.
They have to blame them for not winning.
You got to blame the oppositional forces for not finding a solution to making the House of Assembly more balanced.
Yep.
Because so if you decided that you didn't need to improve yourself, you didn't need to do anything differently, you didn't need to humble yourself and bridge some type of partnership and agreements in order to garner financial support, to garner people support, then this is the result that you got. And then you say to me, stay out of your business. So if I stay out of your business instead of encouraging you, then you know what that means now. That means that Garth Millard Roseborough, unless they remove me from this mic, will say to you, I'm not talking with you no more. I don't want to talk no more about the F&M. I will talk with the COI now and tell the COI what they can do to improve themselves.
But Brother God.
And then you can say, you know what? I don't get it from these people. You people, your people are not sensible when we have these discussions.
But during coming up to the election, I almost thought that you were an F&M as good as
nobody can think for God, Millard Roseborough. My ma don't think for me.
No, but what I'm saying, God, listen to me. Rick Fox came in this country under 6 months.
But how you think I say F&M though? I grew up in an F&M house.
I'm talking about how good you talk.
Yes, I try my best. I grew up with Tennyson Wells, the third. All them Tennyson Wells people, they my people. I love them to death.
Yes.
I got some F&Ms who I love to death. Then I got some sucker F&M friends who say they like me, but they don't do nothing for me.
I have one or two F&Ms I love to death too.
Okay,
and I thought one of them should have been put in the Senate over Ms. Kamalafi. I don't understand how.
Now I can tell you who that is. Watch how smart I is. Watch how smart I is. Watch how smart I is.
The F&M most popular female.
Hold on. I can tell you who it is talking about. You want me to tell you who you're talking about?
Yeah.
You're talking about Denley Penn.
And she was the most famous.
I say, tell me I'm wrong.
Listen, another female.
Homeboy, hold on. I can cut you, Julian, if you don't shut up. Julian, I can cut you if you don't shut up. Listen what I saying to you again. I say, I told you the name of the person because I smart like that. People say, I talk too much, but I only talk in what I see. And I told you, you prefer Denley Penn.
Do you know of a female candidate in the F&M that was more popular than one?
It don't matter to me none, Julian. I only want to know that I steering people on the right path.
Why you put a man like Rick Fox there? Why you put Travis Robertson?
Because you ain't no F&M.
These young people.
Julian, you ain't no F&M. You got to steer the F&M business. That's what they're trying to tell you.
The F&M is a part of the government. I'm a Bahamian.
Yeah, but you can't get your way all the time. You didn't get your government, right? You get progress, right?
But I try.
So they tell you take that and leave.
So there could be a balance in the Senate.
They don't want your help, Julian. These people say they don't want our help.
They say they want your help.
Yes.
What your mother say? If you don't listen, you'll fail.
Yes.
Look for the F&M in 2036 to try and start making a comeback.
My God.
So what's this?
Prophecy.
What's this? I want to know. Yeah. I would like to know. Okay, from what I'm seeing, looking at it from the outside in, the PLP appeared to have a very good strategic team.
Yeah.
People who were planning and plotting, not just a year before the election, but I think years out. They had like some really good strategists. It seems as though they spent their monies. They got a good plan. They followed, executed it. Now, what I would like to know is who was given the F&M advice on their campaign? Like, who were they listening to? Who were they listening to?
And need to get fired.
And it might be a group of people. It might just be one.
But all of them need to get fired.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I would like to know. Who were their strategists behind the scenes?
Mr. Beard, listen to this. Trey Ramming, Clint Watson, Aquino Wong. These the next set of candidates for 2031. The PLP put them in the Senate to give them little feelings on how things to go. The PLP doesn't start campaigning for 2031, you know.
I believe you.
I'm telling you,
I
they're
believe
already
you.
getting their candidates together for 2031.
I believe
this
you.
is Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Davis and Ms. Hanna and 1 or 2, 3 out of them last time. All of the Sebastian and this daytime coming up. All of the Robin Lang stores are coming back.
But
That's
Julian,
all the same young
I gotta
lady
go to a
from-
break.
From Long Island, they're coming back. That's why the PLD keeping them around them.
Julian, I see the callers on the line. I got to get to those callers. We got to take this quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Callers, don't leave. We'll come straight back to you after these messages.
I winning. Oh yes, I winning. I winning.
When it comes to hearts at Cleveland Clinic, you can't miss a beat. You work with the brightest minds and leave no stone unturned to get to the heart of the matter. Because understanding is always the first step to overcoming. For every heart in the world, see how we're advancing the future of heart care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Boost your buying power with a margin loan at rates as low as 7.5%. A margin loan offers convenient flexibility, freeing up capital without liquidating your investments. Whether you're looking to diversify, fund a business opportunity, or refinance higher cost debt, RF provides access to cash within 48 hours for any purpose. Tailored, effortless, powerful. Discover howamgroup.com or call 603-6000. RF Bank and Trust. Money at work.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM all day.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 90 FM.
Red man script. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your bad mouth in me, tell the people crazy things about me while I winning. I winning. You run your lying on my name, trying to bring me to
Welcome back to Guardian Radio Talk with your boy Mr. Beads, as well as God Roseborough. Oh yeah, the lines are heating up today, God. It's heating up. People are calling in, people are texting, and yeah, this is a hot conversation. But I'd asked a question earlier about, do Bahamians really want? Because we love to cast the blame and point out people moral failures and ethical failures and call people corrupt and liars and all this other stuff. But the question is, you know, how much stake do we really put into choosing our leaders when it comes to their moral and ethical lifestyles? You know, is that something that we really, really want, or we just use that as a weapon of convenience based on who we like or which party we support? You know, that's kind of what I always wondered about us as a society. You know, especially because we like to throw around the Christian nation thing, and you know, we believe in God and we believe in this and all this other stuff. You know, it just makes me wonder. You know, what do you think about that? Oh, we're gonna go to the lines. Sorry, we're gonna go to the lines now. Caller.
Yes, am I on?
Yes, you are on.
Yeah, thanks for taking both of you gentlemen. I like to be fair. I have two quotes, brief, from one person, same person. The first quote is this: are we about hiding the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Second quote is this: petty and tired. Just something for
read the second quote again. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it.
The first quote is, are we about hiding the truth?
Right. Uh-huh.
And the second one, petty, pintard. Both coming
petty,
from
pintard. Okay.
the same person.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, I heard the two quotes. What is you have a question based on those quotes, or?
What I'm saying is those quotes, they came from one person.
Okay.
And I think both of you know who those quotes came from. I'm just saying, like you guys, I believe in being fair.
Right.
It's important for us as a Bahamian people to become truthful. We all have ambitions, and we spoke about that yesterday, Mr. Beads.
Mm-hmm.
We all would like to serve at the pleasure of the Prime Minister because we know to serve him would bring particular benefits.
Right.
From individual lifestyles.
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a problem initially saying, you know what, if I am positioned, then I'll look out for my friends, my family, my lovers, and the constituency members.
Right.
That sounds
Am I
so
still
simple.
on?
It sounds so simple, right?
Yes, yeah, you still on.
It sounds so simple, right?
Okay.
But it is very, very commonplace to see historically that once people get into a position of elevation, that they often forget those that are beneath them. They have their favorites.
Yep.
And so what we now have at this stage of being 53, going on 54 years of age here in the Bahamas, is we have people becoming emotionally upset, angry, aggravated, agitated, irritated, and this is a type behavior that we've not had historically in the Bahamas. This is what we expect from places like Haiti, from places like Jamaica, from countries like that where it becomes intense. But for us now, I don't know if it's the cost of living or the times that we're living in where technology is advancing so quickly that it's hard for the average person to keep a pace of that. I don't know if it's because of the economic strifes of America or Canada that where we're becoming desperate to survive.
Right.
And we're seeing brother turn against brother, sister against sister, parents against children. What is going on in our country? Is it greed or is it survival? That's where we are now as a country. Morality, as you just said, Mr. Beads, that's out the window.
You think so?
It's out the window. If God doesn't answer your prayer fast enough, you got to find the devil. That's what we see. Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead. You still
No, I'm listening. I was wondering if that was in response because, I was done. I was just...
Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate your call. You got to go find the devil. And we find many people in our country do some serious situations like we talk about this big drug scandal.
Right.
When I was on Village Road and Burnett Road, close to the Burger King right there, the Esso gas station, Island Luck, etc. Being a former pastor, I was so hardened on criminals. I was hard on people who drug traffic at that particular time.
Right.
But I got a revelation, I do believe, from God. You may say it's the devil, Mr. Bees, but I felt it was from God. And the question was to me, why am I judging these people? When I went to high school, I was the favorite student in the class. I had one teacher, Mr. Benedict Dorset. I used to pray every night to Jesus that he died the next morning. And you know why I wanted Mr. Dorset dead? Because I didn't want to do my homework.
Right.
I just didn't want to do my homework. And every time I went to class with Mr. Dorset, he would have 10 problems for homework, mathematics today, and he would go to my person next to me, Ms. Stacia Chase, number 13. There are people behind her. There are people in front of me, and skip and say, Garth, you do question number 10. I'd be like, Jesus, that's unfair. I left my homework in the locker. I need this man dead. I need this man gone. That's how I felt.
That's crazy.
It wasn't about learning for me.
Right.
It was about me getting away.
Right.
And for most payment people, it's not about us learning and improving ourselves as a nation. It's about us getting away with doing nothing but still getting something.
Yeah.
Let me take another caller. Call to your life. Call to your life.
Hi, God.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine.
Man, you sound strong. I like that.
Yes. Julian always calling talking about the F&M, right? The biggest thing which you could concern Julian is this drug case with this fella caught with his drugs, right? He always talking about the F&M this, F&M that, right? You already, the PR, leave it alone.
I want
Right?
I want everybody to leave this alone because I think we're talking too much. I think we need to let the officials do their job, let the authorities do their job, let them do what they got to do, but we got a country to save.
Yeah, leave it alone. Let the whatever gonna happen.
That's what
drop
I said.
at the feet at the politician.
That's what I said. That's all I said. Boy, I appreciate your call so much, my friend. Let me take another caller, man. Next caller, you're live. Caller, you there? Caller, you live. Hello? I think we lost that caller. Mr. Beats.
Yes.
You have some text there for us?
Oh yeah, I got a good one. This texter says, many people out here want moral, ethical leaders and are tired of persons telling us that gambling is okay, sweethearting is okay, marijuana is okay, human smuggling is okay, And now they surprised why the fuss over a sitting high-ranking MP negotiating shipments of cocaine. We talk all the time about a Jezebel spirit. This show has a Sodom and Gomorrah spirit. Anything goes as long as money making. God protect the angels who walk in that space.
So we under judgment now, like we in Sodom and Gomorrah.
I don't know if they meant us when they say the show. I don't know if they meant the show of the leaders and what they're doing, or I don't know if they meant.
Maybe they need to explain that.
Yeah, because I don't understand.
Hey, listen.
That was like a left field type thing to say this show, but I don't know what they meant by the show.
I guilty of plenty things in sin, but I ain't guilty of that one.
Yeah, so I don't think I hope that they didn't mean us. So I hope that whoever texted that would text back and clarify what they meant by the show.
But you know, in response,
and then let me finish this last part. They said we are supposed to be happy with corruption? ? Jesus break up the tables the corrupt money-loving pastors had in the temple, and then he talked about fake Christians and said of them basically, "You make me vomit. I will spew you out of my mouth."
Well, that's a strong religious person. Let me take this caller on the line. Caller, you're live as we move towards the news. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon.
A pleasant good afternoon.
No, welcome.
Listen, Golly, and Cotto, 11 is the whole lump.
Right.
And
Good
if you
scripture.
leave the little things alone, it's going to grow into big things.
Yes.
And this is what our country has been suffering from. We have allowed so many things to just fester that it's like cancer. If you don't catch cancer early, spreads to the whole
Definitely
body,
gonna spread.
and the whole body is consumed by the cancer. You just can't leave certain things alone. Okay, our reputation and everything else is at stake here. It's almost like in the church, you know that there's certain things are going on, and you just leave it alone because you feel that if you rock the boat, then the whole kit and caboodle is going to come down. I watched a story, I listened to a YouTube story yesterday about a pastor who was molesting his daughter, had molested his daughter from time she was like about 10 to 15 or whatever. And she decided that she would talk. And he told her, listen, this is going to hurt the body of Christ. It's going to hurt us. And she refused. So there's some things that we cannot allow as a country. As somebody said in the Sunday school yesterday, that there's a culture of dishonesty in this country from the top right to the bottom. And with that culture of dishonesty, it is breeding throughout our society that people look at the head and they say, oh, the politicians are doing it. Why can't we? So there's some things we just don't need to just let it be. Eh?
Well, I appreciate your prayer and your supplication for the nation of the Bahamas. And right after the news, Mr. Bees, I want to deal with that, the identity of the Bahamas. I want to deal with this idea of sovereignty. I want to deal with the idea of reform. But I want to stick to the topic, talk too much. And Mr. Bees, so far, you have another text on the line? Or we go to news?
Oh, so the person with the who made the comment about Sodom and Gomorrah, they responded and they said, the atmosphere then, Sodom and Gomorrah, was not about homosexuality. It was about a society that had descended so far into corruption that they would accept anything. That is where the Bahamas is going. Anything is okay if you make it money.
So
this is the Sodom and Gomorrah spirit, and we know what happened to them.
So I want to jump into that, Mr. Bees, after the news today. I want to go ahead and respond. But I do want to leave them with this thought before we go to the news. That the conversation that we're now having by way of the World Wide Web,
yes,
online, social media, about our underscored, italicized, bold print, beloved country,
right,
can never, ever, I don't care how you put it to me, ever be looked upon lightly.
Yeah.
We're doing more damage to us as a people because of who we are. I want to deal with the who we are when we get back after the news and why it damages us. We've come too far by faith to throw this away for a handful of individuals. The leadership that we seek should start in the home.
Right.
It should be exemplified in the churches. It should be seen in our... Anyone in politics is a product of these entities.
Yeah, and the community at large,
Anyone you see on a plane going to nowhere doing these nefarious acts, they are products of these entities. You're telling me that the schools have failed, the churches have failed, and communities through neighborhoods
family
have failed. When you are ready and prepared to have a conversation with Garth Minard Roseborough about the failures of us as a people, a discussion as to why leaders in your eyes have failed. Mr. Beans, any closing comments, and then we go to the news.
Yeah, I that's a deep topic right there, man. I'm telling you, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. We need to have more discussions about that.
Well, we have Mr. Beans' song. What was the name of the song again?
I winning.
You winning?
I winning.
Tell the people about your song, man.
Yeah, man.
You run, you're lying on my name, trying to bring me to shame while I winning.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Red and script. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your bad mountain me, tell the people crazy things about me while I winning. I winning. You run, you're lying on my name, trying to bring me to shame while I winning. I winning. I hear you watching my ways, spying on my page, and every move I make, man, you hoping I fail, but I winning. I winning. Oh yes, I winning. I winning. You spot me driving.
All right, welcome back to Guardian Radio Talk with yours truly, Mr. Beads, and one and only Garth Roseborough. That is my hit song. It's called I Winning, I Winning. And, that's the mode that you should wake up in every day of your life, no matter what's going on around you. Even if your party didn't win the election, you're still supposed to feel like I am winning, And for those of you who support the party that won, you winning. You've already won. And now you got to keep winning every day. Winning is a daily decision that you have to make. It's an hourly. It's made by the minutes, by the seconds. You got to see yourself is all about. That song is available on iTunes. It's available on Spotify and all the major internet stores. If you definitely love that song and want to continue to have that in your space every day, you can check it out online. But God, we are back, and we was talking about some heavy corruption type talks, man. People comparing the Bahamas to Sodom and Gomorrah, and saying that the corruption is taking over to the point where Bahamians are getting used to it, and they're calling evil good and calling good evil.
Well, we have a call on the line. Caller, you're live. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you there?
Hello.
Hey, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Good day, my friend. How are you?
Am I on the show?
Of course you are.
Yes, you are.
You are the show.
Oh, okay. I haven't thought it was the producer. I was trying to find out what it was. Good evening, guys. It's Mark here.
I know. What's happening, big boy? Everything good?
Right here. Listening to all the different shows and all the different Bahamian comments on practically everything from the church to the House Assembly. I mean, Garth, I say it should. This particular election, since voting since I was 21 years old, it's the most difficult for me to understand what really all went down. I don't know what went from the legal situation problem to the parliamentary down commissioner problem to the corruption talk and the I've never seen such big plywood posters around town. I saw plywood so big you could have built a house with one of them, or 55-foot Hatteras yacht.
I know, right?
I don't know where them plywood going, but I believe we must have a new shanty town built somewhere in the southwest of New Providence. I know ain't nothing on the northern front. You can't build no shanty down near Winton, Yamacraw, San Souci, Bay Street, East Bay Street, West Bay Street, all the way to Life Key. On the north side of the ridge, you can't build shanty town there. But anything on the south side where them Negroes live, you could pop shanty town in the middle of East Street and nobody could bother nobody. For some reason, all the laws in this country seem to be gone out the window. But I would like to thank, in my area, which is the beautiful area of Garden Hills, I would like to thank the 3 candidates that ran in my area, namely the victor, Mr. Mario Boleg, Mr. Rick Fox, who I think showed a good effort. The lady, I think she named Miss Claire. I only saw her once when she came into Pride Estate. I think Rick Fox, I congratulate him. I never was in the Bahamas. Rick Fox went to Kingsway Academy. His father was from Johnson Road, had Holiday Ice on Marquis Street and Nassau Street. Rick Fox left from Kingsway Academy. He went off to Carolina, University of Carolina, I think, a basketball team there. From there, he went to the Boston Celtics, of which I've been a fan from a child. From there, he went to the LA Lakers, where he got 3 championship rings. Came home, did doggone basketball camps. He even taught Mario Boleg how to become a coach. He never was given a motorcade, and then he didn't need no money to go down Bay Street, just like Sabasi. They ain't need no money. So whatever the reason they wanted to get involved in politics, I don't know. But I know as far as in Pride Estate, when he came to visit, he was the only one came in the Pride Estate that I saw did anything, where he bought 10 tricycles on a Saturday after Good Friday and gave it to 5 girls, your little boys, and 5 little girls. Where he came around here and he visited everybody, me to design the park I wanted to do, and all of that. And to me, I think he gave a good fight, although he was unsuccessful. So I'd like to congratulate him. And they talk, but they don't know if he's a Bahamian. His father's a Bahamian. His mother's Canadian. She still lives here, never went back to Canada. Rex doesn't have any property.
I see, Sparky, I cut you because he ain't want to listen. You then got your tirade. I had to cut him, producer, because he ain't listening.
Sparky giving a biography.
Yeah, too much. Appreciate what he's saying. He ain't saying nothing wrong, but it's too much. Because we got too many other Bahamian people who have done the same thing. They weren't NBA players. They went off to school. They got a solid education. They came back to serve. They joined volunteer groups. They joined civic societies. They joined churches. And they gave to the community. And, of course, they were rejected, and they got to return back to the United States, Canada, and Britain. This is the Bahamas. We say we want a better country. We say we want to build a country. Rick Fox is only one of. He ain't the first of, and he ain't going to be the last of. If you don't come to this country with every intention to remain here, it ain't hard to leave. I just want you to be honest. When I came back here after being exiled, back to the Bahamas, I came here in 2006. You were one of the first people that I met, Mr. Beats.
Okay.
I think you had a 2-door Toyota Corolla, if I remember correctly. I know you can't remember that.
I had a truck then.
But no, I remember your Corolla.
I had a Corolla too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you used to drop me across the bridges, and I had no car.
Right.
A man with 2 master's degree, no car, no money.
That's true.
And coming home, and this is the coldest place on God's earth. They call themselves Christian. I want you to understand that. If God don't find you, you're going to die in this. You can find mango tree, juju tree, tamarind, and so forth. You can stay alive until you catch yourself.
Coconut water, the coconut jelly. Yeah.
God could keep you in this country. So, Sparky, I appreciate you. I like what you were saying, but I just wanted to say boldly to you, understand one thing. He ain't the first, he ain't the last. And when you go in the House Assembly, there's something called cut, and they leaving the rest to ride. You can get that. Next call on the line. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead, your life.
Hey, good afternoon, Garden Bees.
Yes.
Yes, my friend.
How do I spell that bees?
B-E-E-D.
As in David. S.
An S.
That's why I can't find you. Okay.
Yeah, it's Mr. M-R and then B-E-E-D-S. Beads. Like the beads you wear around your neck, but it's 2 E's as opposed to B-E-A-D. B-E-E.
I got you.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you've been in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he went in. I'm glad you like it.
Man, he went in. But you know, I ain't gonna talk too much.
Okay.
But you remember I spoke to you about Sodom and Gomorrah some time ago, and you told me that God took on a different form, and he had to go and see for himself to for him what the watchers were telling him.
Uh-huh.
Well, the beautiful thing about it is, see, because we're reporting on our own selves, we are just sending everything out into the hemisphere, stratosphere, in encrypted form.
All the dirty laundry.
God could,
all.
All.
We ain't saving nothing for sovereignty. And this is why I call up, just pausing you, but I do appreciate you and respect you. This is why I got a problem with this. Because you can't be sovereign and then air out all your dirty laundry at the same time.
Right.
Okay.
So is it a curse that we are trapped in this vortex of being so
sinful we are?
Yeah.
And I say we. You know why I call up? I was on the beach earlier today. We were all playing dominoes. And of course, this conversation was coming through. And we were talking about living this moral, ethical lifestyle and how we as Bahamian people, we're better than this. And so, you know, me being the trapsy one caller, I said, if a briefcase of money was to wash up right there on the beach under the grape tree, where we all go to use the restroom, because we ain't got no bathroom in South Beach, Mr. Barker's Road, we love you. You gave us some good donations, but we need a bathroom in South Beach. If the briefcase of money wash up on the beach where we urinate, which one of us going back underneath the shed to say, I just found a briefcase of money, let's take it to the police station? I say, honest to God, I ain't telling y'all nothing. I jumping in the water, grabbing the briefcase, swimming around to the, go into my car, I can see y'all later.
Yeah, but God, I know a maid who made that mistake in Life is Key. She reported it to the
Coral
manager.
Harbor. It was Coral Harbor. I remember I was in West Indies College, Coral Harbor. She found a bag of money in the garbage bin.
What?
And turned into the police station and got a $15 good citizen certificate.
$15.
1.5.
How much money was estimated to be in the bag?
Millions.
No, man. Stop that.
Geez, I said garbage bag. Hefty.
Oh, hefty, big hefty garbage bag.
Okay.
Stop
So,
that.
God, you found my money?
I only read, but I was in Jamaica, sir. I ain't got your money.
Certificate?
I was in Jamaica when I read the story. I don't know if that's how it go,
What
but
a
you say
time.
Life of Key. I remember being Coral Harbor.
Maybe all two of y'all may be right. Maybe separate instances.
And the bag, they say, went to the Grove Police Station, right there by the town center, not town center mall.
Yeah, by
yeah,
town
right
center
there.
mall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big picture in the newspaper where she find us. Me? Show my face in newspapers, I find that money, not God Roseboro.
Wow.
My life way too much. But go ahead, sir.
You.
My apologies, my friend. I just showing where pastors, teachers, politicians, individuals, when it's an opportunity for corruption, and only Jesus know, because we ain't telling the devil that gone. That's all.
You're so right.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you so much, man. Let me take another caller. Call of your life.
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
I'm doing good, my ethical and moral friend. How you doing today?
Well, listen, let me tell you, it looked like Sparky's be on rewinding.
but Sparky only likes the idea that he knows what's going on.
I mean, every time he must see Rick Fox must see he stopped studying, or he's studying. But boy, anyhow,
I can't blame him.
I just wanted to say something. I'm wondering how the seasoned F&Ms who are in the leadership feel about, a brand newcomer being elected a senator when they have been in the trenches as long as they've been in the trenches, and they can't see the light of day. It just amazes me, how things are. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. Let's put it that way.
I would say this to you. We don't know what the conversation was behind the scenes when they won the favor of Rick Fox to come to the party. Because I know when you are vying for nomination, you may say, guess what? In the worst case scenario, that I'm not victorious, what other guarantees would I have? And they said, well, we'll put you in the Senate and we'll run you a second time if needs be. That could have happened. But like I've said earlier, that's not our business because we're not in the F&M. But the F&M has to make wise decision, as Mr. Bede said, to no further divide the party that's already divided. You got to find a way to unify your party. That's your first order of business. And then your second order of business is to find some money. Talk to me.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm thinking that it may have been a money move. So
Yes, sir.
That's basically, and you know how we go.
Yes, sir.
Because honestly and truly, but we can hear more about it.
Yes, we will. All right. The Guardian will be all over that. Trust me. Thank you so much for your call. Let me take another caller. Caller, you're live. You have another caller? Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Hey, Gav.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
It's so nice to see you and never hear your voice. But it's so amazing, That gentleman who just was on the radio just now, you could have said, well, you have senior members in the PLP side and Tabasco and the minister.
Yes.
And they were there before him 2 times. So that could be an argument, too. So it's a matter of discussion of what they have decided to give an individual.
Yeah, that's why I say I know we talking too much because that's everybody business. What the Prime Minister do, what the Royal Officer shouldn't do, what the COI do. I know one thing. When election day come, the people do what they just do in 2026. That then tell me that you ain't do your job or you did your job well. There's only 2 ways you can have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate your call, my friend.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Bees, I know we got a lot of texts here on the line. I got one from a very good friend of yours, former co-workers, one who is very esteemed, very knowledgeable. I would say a philosopher above philosophers.
Okay.
And men that we should be proud of in this country. He works in the tourism industry.
Yes.
I think he's one of our taxi drivers at this time. He says, sadly, what your illustration sounds like is that family secret everybody knows about. The uncle that ain't quite right. The uncle that ain't quite right. I mean to laugh, but you got them touchy-feely uncle. You know what you're talking about? With children.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ones with children.
Oh, wow.
And does strange things,
Right.
but nobody calls it what it is. Then when something happens, the family sweeps it under the rug to protect the family name. That mentality destroys families and it destroys countries too, he says. Expose the corrupt individuals, charge them if the evidence is there, send them to jail. That is the only way to restore the reputation of this country. We cannot keep pretending that silence equals patriotism. And let's be honest, if any administration had fully implemented and funded freedom of information, many of these gray areas surrounding wealth, contracts, and unexplained resources would already be public knowledge. Public officials should have financial disclosures readily available as a condition of office. If your finances are legitimate, release them and silence the speculation. We cannot play games with corruption. Comes with perks, influence, and power, but with that should come accountability. Just like employees are subjected to random drug testing, elected officials and senior public servants should face random financial audits to keep people honest. Talk about it, he says. Scream it from the mountaintops until the truth is uncovered. And if after due diligence and due process, individuals are found to be involved in corruption or drug trafficking, then let them be extradited and prosecuted accordingly. No sacred cows. No protected class. Justice must apply equally to everybody. Now, noble commentary. He made a comment about extradition. Who does the Bahamas ever extradite based on their offense to us? Because we don't create drugs.
Right.
We do not manufacture drugs. We are not a drug-producing nation. No time.
Right.
Who are we extraditing for these drugs through our country? Yet the great United States of America, who is our neighbor to the north, who we have all full regard for and respect, we have an ambassador here who we respect, but the truth be told is that they can extradite us, but who could we extradite? I asking you all the question, but caller, you're live. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. You talk to me. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I listen.
How you doing today?
I write you, keep him cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, I really only want a better Bahamas, but you know what I really watching after all of the all of the cabinet members have really been installed and everybody has
and has already been put in their place. I looking to see. I'm sorry, Mr. Beat.
Yes, sir.
I believe when show coming for you soon, but anyhow, that's a different talk show.
Appreciate that.
This is show now. What you talking about? I ain't trying to retire. What's wrong with you?
Well, my statement can probably confirm your retirement.
Thank you very much.
Right, but what I'm saying to you, right, is for the last 40 days following Guardian, right, I noticed, right, that there were always after every election, regardless where you might come in, right, where the people, well, persons are selected from the government, no matter what government in place. So I'm anxiously waiting to see who's going to be rewarded under this administration from Guardian, because it never miss. It never miss. But you guys have a nice day and continue the good show. And Mr. Beard.
Yes, sir.
Stay level, brother.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
Well, Carla, we appreciate you, man. Hopefully one day you can sit in with us. Since the blessing is falling on Guardian Radio, where we get these blessings, Mr. Beards.
Yes, sir.
You want blessings? You got a number one, tune in to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And then you need to try to join us here in conversation in studio. We got a wonderful manager, wonderful executives. I think it's a great radio station that have opened the airways to you all and sundry. And sometimes I do get biggity. Sometimes I get a little beside myself. Sometimes I talk too much. But the truth be told is this, Mr. Beats. I love all those people who participate.
All on them.
Even if you get me riled up and I want cuss. I got to say, I cuss you in Jesus' name. Amen. Go ahead, Mr. Beats.
So this is another text that came through. God and co-host Mr. Beats, the fact that we are discussing corruption in depth today, Lincoln made us so proud last night. His approach is exactly what we need to keep this skilled, talented, brilliant cabinet focused, transparent, and accountable. Speaking out is the only way to cure a toxic national, which begins with our leaders. Exposing the truth isn't what gave the Bahamas a bad reputation. Our corrupt lifestyle alone does that.
Our. Yeah, our.
In the 1980s, Prime Minister Ingram and the Bahamian people proved we could reverse a corrupt image by changing our lifestyle and mindset. If this present government doesn't reverse this negative view on its own, Lincoln, the COI, and the Bahamian people will do it again. On its own, sorry. If this present government doesn't reverse this negative view on its own, Lincoln, the COI, and the Bahamian people will do it again through strict mutual accountability of our leaders. As Haile Selassie famously warned in 1963, quote, "Throughout history, it has been the inaction of those who could have acted that has made it possible for evil to triumph." Keep pressing forward, Lincoln. Good governance will make this country prosper. The F&M is unable right now. I think that's what that's supposed to be.
Okay.
All right.
Let me fix this.
So that caller is definitely pro what Lincoln is doing.
Yeah, let me fix this quickly. We're talking about
the text. Sorry.
We're talking about the reputation of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I want to jump into that conversation. And I want you all to join me in that as we go into our break. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family of Islands, 300, text in at 422-4796. Let's go to a quick commercial break. I'm winning. That's the name of the song.
I winning.
I winning.
I winning.
Oh, I winning.
Yeah.
You got to teach me how to talk like that.
That's
you know.
Bahamian.
I winning.
We don't say I'm. We say I.
I winning. Well, listen, folks. You're winning today. You're joining us here, Guardian Radio today, 96.9 FM. We go to this break, and we'll be right back.
Record script. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your bad mouthing me, tell the people crazy things about me while I winning. I winning. You run your lying on my name, trying to bring me to shame while I winning. I winning. I hear you watching my ways, spying on my page, and every move I make, man, you hoping I fail, but I winning. I winning. Oh yes, I winning. I winning. You spot me driving in my fresh new car one day. You see, you couldn't believe that mighty God was blessing me. You have your friends spreading rumors, say I did. Say I can sell my soul, that's why I look this way. Boy, where you been when I
Always
was
on the go?
saving?
Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows air on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Turn a trip to Burger King Nassau into a galactic adventure with the Mondo and Grogu Whopper Combo, featuring special shake fries. Whether you're a bounty hunter in training or the way, Burger King Nassau has everything Mandalorian and Grogu related you could want. Grab the toys, the mugs, the crowns, and your crew, and head on down to BK and celebrate the Mandalorian and Grogu adventure with Burger King Nassau. This is the way.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 News, Smart Talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Record script. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your band boating me, tell the people crazy things for me.
Big up to Wally right there for jamming that big tone. I winning by yours truly, Mr. Bates. Welcome back to Guardian Radio Talk. Today, we are here live discussing some provocative topics. And we're on the topic of corruption now and the image of the Bahamas in reference to that. God and I were talking off air a while ago about, does the world at large look at the Bahamas as a non-corrupt society? Or are we seen on the world scale as corrupt and we're only living up to our reputation? Or are we seen as a good, small, innocent, great, high moral standard country, and we're ruining it now, or has it already been ruined? That was the question that Gart and I were discussing off air. But we want to hear your take on it. We're gonna go to a caller right now. Caller, are you there?
Good day.
Radio Talk.
Yes, good day. Greed breeds corruption.
Greed. Wow.
Greed breeds corruption. The love of money, not money, the love.
The love for it.
True of all evil.
Yes.
That guy went down on the election thing in international waters. That happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you allow people to hang themselves. Happen for a reason. What's done to dark will come to light.
Yes.
We had an election and 60,000 persons choose not to vote. 60,000 choose not to vote.
That's a lot.
60,000 choose not to vote. The question, who are they? And the reason.
Yes.
But I'm on record saying this. I believe the majority of them are F&M. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if half of them are turning out, we could make today had a different result. 60,000 did not vote. So sometimes we win, but we win by default.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for calling.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. First of all, those who chose not to vote, we can't label them as F&M. They can be F&M, they could be COI, they could be DNA, PCP, Righteous Kingdom Movement, PLPs.
Mm-hmm.
People have a right to vote or not to vote.
Right.
What we do know is who the victor is, and I've always said that. The result shows the victor, right? But I do appreciate his sentiment. I understand what he's putting. In terms of reputation, this is where I am, and I'm trying to be very careful today. And before I say what I want to say, Mr. Bees just, encouraged me to have a hot show on Thursday. I want you to let your family and friends know this coming Thursday, God's willing, as we say in the Bahamas, that we want to discuss the pharmaceutical industry versus the
street pharmaceutical.
Yeah, stuff like this, like marijuana and cocaine and so forth. We want to know which one does the most damage, or do they do the same damage? What is the rationale behind that? So on Thursday, we're going to have a drug conversation. So those people who are part of the Drug Enforcement Agencies of America, the DEA, and those of the Bahamas, you can tune in to see what the people are thinking in terms of drugs being evident and drugs being actually a part of our society. It comes through here. Some people use it. Some people, it's just a part of who we are, who does the most damage. We want to deal with that on Thursday. In terms of reputation, are we still talking about the Commonwealth of the Bahamas? Are we still talking about a people that dwell innocently, purely Arawak, Indians, Lucayans, who wasn't bothering anybody, who Europe came over and basically deceived them? Because the first thing is deceive them. And then they exploited them. And then they ravished them in the name of history. 1492 was the year, Mr. Beats?
Yes, sir, 1492.
In which we all, as Bahamians, as my age factor, looked upon as a hero to discover the new world.
Right.
And we promote the idea of him landing in San Salvador in so much that the people of Cat Island said it's them and not San Salvador. I want you to follow me carefully. In so much that we erected an idol, IDOL, a statue, at the government's residence, which many of us still thank Jesus for Michael the Archangel and that sledgehammer for mashing that up. And he ain't never get back there yet.
Yeah.
I just being real with you. See, I want to show you how we praise these exploitations. We praise when people come and decimate you and wipe you out. And we say, oh, you're a hero. And we had a book called The Making of the Bahamas. And we put your image in there. We put the image in the minds of young Bahamian people that it was okay. I just want to show you something. When the European come and do it, it ain't no problem. Then we ain't worshiping no black pirate yet.
No.
Not in this country. There was no black people coming from Britain and coming from Spain and coming from Portugal and coming from Amsterdam and them other places. Everybody on them pirate ship was black. No, we say they white. So we have Anne Bonny. We got Mary Read. We got Blackbeard. We got Woodes Rogers. I didn't want to go here today, but I got to show you how hypocritical we are as a people. Who came in this country with knives and swords and gunpowder and guns, and they was ravishing the entire Caribbean basin.
What a time, eh?
You only want to talk about privateering. You only want to talk about bootlegging.
Oh, man, touch it.
You only want to talk about rum rugging from here to America when it was illegal, and some of our premiers, even up till this day, have benefited them and their family and their generations to come based on that industry.
Big money.
But you ain't calling no name because they wasn't black. I just want to be real. I got to say it straight. You don't talk about Abaco and Spanish Wells and Long Island people because why? We don't get in their business. But drugs only in Grand Bahama, drugs only in Nassau, drugs only in Auckland, drugs only in Mayaguana. We ain't get no more stories with drugs nowhere else in the Bahamas. I'm trying to show you something. The minute you grow up in my neighborhood and you happen to buy yourself one little Corvette, you buy yourself one of them nice little SUV, we then know you got drugs. So it's our job now to say you corrupt, you're wicked, you're evil, they need to arrest you, lock you up, and throw away the doggone key.
Yeah.
But if, I just want to be real. Hate me all you want. If the white man come in your neighborhood, dragging slippers, with only newspaper in a suitcase, and the more he rich, you don't have no problem with that.
Oh, he's a smart businessman. Very smart.
I got to hit y'all where this hurt, man. I'm not going to justify anybody who's involved in the drug trafficking. I'm not going to justify anyone who's unethical or immoral. I'm not going to do that today. What I am saying to you is that, isn't it so amazing to me that the minute we find an individual such as this, we got to parade him in front of the entire doggone world that see the corrupt man here, and the government behind him, who is the same color, got to be corrupt too for letting this happen. I just saying, you do it with such emphasis, with such energy, with such gusto, with such pride, with cynical situations that you got to let the world know we in for this. Yet when I look at your life, you the sweetheart. Huh? You go on a government job, taking all the paper, the pen, everything, using the government gas down by the pump, and you're driving all around with the government truck, taking blocks from JBR, blocks from FYB, building your house in the bush. Thief in land. You all do all these things, but y'all ain't corrupt. Y'all ain't corrupt. What the hell y'all trying to tell me today on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM? I am not excusing this man. I am not excusing any government people who are corrupt or who are wrong. I'm simply saying that be careful how you announce who we are to the world, because when they check in with us, ain't much of us ain't corrupt. Y'all ain't the most holy, righteous people on God's earth. Y'all who sleep with other people's wife.
My God.
Huh? Y'all who sleep with other people's children. The guy didn't even reach 16 yet, and y'all then doggone trying to hey baby. But y'all better talk straight to God, Roseboro, today.
Did they cut the AC off in here? Because it's starting to get hot now. I don't know. Is this
y'all who just drink rum first thing in the God?
You'll get a little warm now.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Sorry about that, caller. Go ahead.
Hi, hello.
Hey, my brother, how are you?
Hey, good day. I listen to your show just about every other day, and I really like your show, you know.
And I like you, and I misbehaving today, so if you hate me today, I understand, but I got to be truthful.
I agree with you. The most things you say, but today I can't completely agree with you on this one.
Fight me.
Simply because what Mr. Bain did the other day, right? What yesterday he had his live. I don't agree with the way that he go about, the way that he do things, right?
Yes.
But I kind of understand where he's getting at, you know. And
Tell me what you're getting at.
Anything that happens in this country, we always run to America for assistance.
Okay.
If we have a natural disaster, if we have anything that goes on in this country, if we have shortage of food or anything, we run to America for assistance, correct?
Can I ask the question then? If we always run to America, then are we truly independent?
No, we are not, and I could agree with that. That's a whole different topic for another day.
Thank you
but
very
I'm
much.
trying to stick it to you like this.
Yeah.
We saying that we are embarrassing our country, which in the information that came to us was from outside the country. That's on events that's happening inside our country.
Yeah.
There has not been any that's going on in our country that we go and we just amplify globally. These things happen on an international spectrum, and it came to our doorstep. And before we did any internal investigations of any sort, we brushed it under the rug. So now persons that are also Bahamians, we might not have the mass majority that's concerned, but the minority is just as important. Correct?
Okay. I'm listening.
So
You sound
have
good.
persons now that want answers because you have implications of our armed forces, you have implications of our National Guard that is currently arrested inside the United States of America facing criminal charges, drug trafficking in this Bahamas that we did not charge them with, that an international court charged them with. So, of course, we are ready out there on a public spectrum, on an international spectrum, not just us, because we ain't doing nothing about it.
Okay, so
Now
what I'm going to
you
say
have
to
this
you,
incident. I don't know any of these players in the game.
I'm going to say
But
to
what
you,
I'm saying is,
I'm going to say to
this
you, you're
is
right.
a person who locally we made the assumption that he was always a mythical character because you never had no images, you never knew who this person was. It just was speculation, people talking. Now on the day of the election, something out of the ordinary happens in a plane crash. You ended up in America. Now you're in their possession with a letter from a sitting MP to show that you took part in elections. You took part in whatever's going on into this country, but no one said that any of this was true. So now on an international level, again, they showing us what's going on in our country. So what do you expect us to do as a people? This
No, I like
information didn't come from us.
I like it. Now, let me ask you a question. I like you. I really like you. You're quite brilliant. You're a brilliant guy. I like you. Okay, so let me ask you this question. Who stands to be most affected by this?
Our country.
Our country.
Yes, if we stand by and we be quiet as a people, it seems as if we're a corrupt state.
No.
Let me show you something. The culture of the Bahamas.
Listen what I'm saying to you.
Corruption.
Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you, how we are magnified until this point. This is what I'm saying to you. I'm not speaking about the act itself. I'm not trying to justify the act itself. I'm not trying to say that America is wrong. I'm not trying to say that we are not wrong for exposing this particular act. I'm speaking to the amplification of this information. That's what I'm speaking to. Because when we remember John Gotti up there in New York?
Yeah.
How did John Gotti affect the Bahamas?
He could never affect the Bahamas.
He could never affect the Bahamas. But when we speak like this, and we involve please tell us today, how does that affect the entire Commonwealth of the Bahamas, please?
No, but the difference is America don't depend on us for anything.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you.
We depend on them. So if we don't get resolved here in our country, we feel as if we have to run to Big Brother America. The problem is if we as a society and as the system tighten our laws and really enforce our laws, the Bahamians will fall in line. We like to say that Bahamians this and Bahamians that, but I've never seen such well-behaved Bahamians when I go to that U.S. embassy. Okay?
Oh yes, you're right
I'm
on
talking
that.
about you can't hear a crack or crickle. People don't even want to hear you. They won't know you. People are turning your enemy right inside that in our country.
You better believe it. You better believe
The
it.
first thing we do when we jump on a flight and we go to America, when we jump in the car, what we do?
Follow
Put
the
on our
laws.
seatbelt.
Follow the laws.
So watch what I'm saying to you again, right? I'm not saying you're wrong yet because, we're still having a conversation. I'm saying to you, in my estimation, I could be wrong. I'll take my beating. I am seeing a celebration taking place.
No, okay.
No, I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. Let me tell you why I'm saying a celebration. Because
this is why it might seem to you as if it's a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
For about a year, 2 years now, it's been circulating through social media. Everyone made it seem as if it's a mystical topic. It doesn't exist. You are the crazy brusher. If our police or our government had showed more interest and engaged with us and enlighten us on what's going on, we would feel more relaxed and comfortable.
So you're saying the government
get no result. We always feel more comfortable when an outside source say dig a hell.
So you're saying then that the government had every bit of evidence to bring a judgment and they decided not to.
There's no judgment.
But that's what I'm asking.
Keep us engaged with what's going on.
So what I'm saying to you again, see how you said there's no judgment as yet? That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know if Mr. Beads is waiting for that, but I am waiting for the judgment. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Before the judgment, the news of this to me is already horrendous. That's all I'm simply saying to you. It is so damaging to me before the judgment. As for me, I want to hear the judgment first, and then you'll hear Garth Roseborough speak to this. Until then, I have no say.
In the same token,
yeah,
if a female goes and reports you to sexually harass her, you rape her, and she completely lied, and it find out that not be truthful, you still suffer that embarrassment.
That's correct. Yeah, that is correct, and that's all I'm saying. That's why I love you. I can tell you're an intelligent person. That's all I'm simply saying to everybody. We are using this as a post-electoral situation where we say, see, I told you so. That's what I'm hearing. I told you. What's going to happen? The whole world saying,
100% agree with that.
The whole world saying, oh, them Bahamian people, oh, they corrupt. The government corrupt. They got a conspiracy over there. Oh, they trying to hide things. It can take America to solve that issue. And everybody's speculating and assuming until I hear guilty verdict from New York and guilty verdict from the federal government, then I could say, you know what? Gods could talk. Until then, I ain't celebrating nothing until I see the verdict. That's all I simply saying today. I'm not going to use this as a political tool. I'm going to use this as a lesson to Bahamian people to guard our sovereignty. We'll be right back after this break.
While I winning.
Look, y'all, can you believe this? We are now the patrol queens of the neighborhood.
We now large and in charge. So we need to check out what's going on in everybody's yard. What about that gun that we know that Junior and his homeboys just ran out? Can we report that too?
Of course we can.
But we could be in deep trouble if they find out.
We need to report what we see, Beulah. When you call Crime Stoppers, they just answer your call in Miami.
So then we can report everything? Guns, where they hiding the drugs, who shoot who part of which gang, or who disturbing the peace with the loud music and the motorcycles.
Then our neighborhood will be the best in the Bahamas, and everybody gonna want to come live here. And then our house price will go up, gal.
So what we waiting on?
You see something, say something. Let us all pitch in and stop the crime before it's your time. Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. Or text us through the Crack Crime Bahamas app. Stop the crime before...
It has brand new chicken tenders, and they're everything you've been craving. Crispy, juicy, and seasoned just right. These tenders bring the flavor from the very first bite. Dip 'em, dunk 'em, love 'em. With sauces like sweet chili, scorching hot, ranch, honey barbecue, honey mustard, and Wendy's signature sauce. Grab them as a kid's meal. Enjoy them on their own, or make it a combo that hits the spot every time. For tenders you're gonna know by name, it's gotta be Wendy's.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Red and straight. Scholar music. Y'all ready for this? You run your bad mouth in me, tell the people crazy things about me while I winning. You run your lying on my name, trying to bring me to shame. I winning. I hear you watching my way.
All right, welcome back to Guardian Radio Talk with your boy, Mr. Beads, and the one and only God, Roseboro. Man, the phone lines are heating up. The text lines are on fire. And yes, the callers, thank you for calling in. Thank you for texting and expressing your views. All the listeners that have been reaching out and letting us know that you're tuned in, we appreciate you as well. We're going to go to caller right now. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yes. Good afternoon. This is GNB, God and Beat.
Yes, sir.
God, in reference to the guy who's locked up in the state, when you look at it, it's not a win, It is just an exposure. The only person who can win is the person who owns the property of him, but it is not a win if that guy get locked up.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
I appreciate you, my friend. Let me take
Yes,
another
sir.
caller. Caller, you live? Go ahead. Next caller. Go ahead, caller. Turn your radio down for me, please. Caller?
Hello?
Hey, darling, turn your radio down for me, please.
Yes, sorry for that. I want to comment about the gentleman who said that the United States don't want anything from us. I think he's wrong, because they have a big embassy. If you don't want or need anything from a country or anyone, you wouldn't build a big embassy there. And they wouldn't be complaining if we did something or trying to figure out what China is doing with us. None of that happens. They need us, and us over here think that they don't need us as much as we need them. But the fact that they build that big embassy, that means that they need us. They might need us more than we need them, but we're not looking at that. We're not looking at what's happening here in this world. We just sometimes I think that we self-hate. We don't know our value.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
they
for
know
sure.
our value. That's the reason why they have that big embassy there.
Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate your call, my dear. The other day, they had a trawler that was fishing in Andros. I don't know if you saw the story.
No, I didn't see that.
Do you know what they caught?
What? A whale?
No. They caught a U.S. naval submarine.
Oh, really?
We have Ortec bases.
Yes, of course.
all around
Ortec
us.
has been here for a while, yeah.
Yeah. And they always there. I go fishing a lot, but we don't see no submarine, but they're there. America is here. The Ortec bases are here. This is a strategic location geographically.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the U.S. Embassy and all those that are there for the service that they're rendering to us here at Border Patrol.
Yes.
We can go ahead and we can pre-clear from here. We're not trying to be disrespectful to them at all.
No.
What we are saying, though, is that they kind of make us feel as if we're infants, and maybe we are. Right. You know, we came out of British rule. If anyone studies the British Empire, you would know that Britain, England, is actually an island.
Right.
It's an island nation.
It's an island, yeah. That's true.
It is not a continent like France and Germany and those other places, you know. It's an island.
It's an island.
And a powerful one, too. And with the power that they've had, they've exercised their power in Canada. They've exercised it in Australia. They've exercised it in India. They've exercised it in China. They've exercised it in the Caribbean and Britain.
Yes.
So when you talk about being a beast, we've been through enslavement, through slavery, where we were indentured. And this beast became wealthy off of us.
Right.
But no one talking about that. We talk about when us as a people learn, watch this now, how to be indecent, and we get caught. I want you to hear what I just said.
Yeah.
We don't manufacture no drugs in this country. We don't manufacture no Tylenol. We ain't got no Aleve.
Nah, I think
we ain't got no Bayer. We ain't got no marijuana. Feel like that. I mean, we may have a couple around the place, but we ain't got that much. We ain't got no cocaine. All them little funny drugs they got with speed and some of them other funny name, ecstasy. And we don't know nothing but them things.
But so watch this now. You remember the former U.S. President Joe Biden made a statement, I think when he had first came into office as president. Cocaine was invented in the Bahamas. You remember that?
That's what they said, yeah. The cheaper form of cocaine, yeah.
So I thought that was funny too, but I don't know
now
if there's any credence to that, but that's what he said.
Let me just say this before we go, Mr. Beats. If we don't manufacture these things, and these things originate from another country,
right?
Because of our proximity to the United States of America, of course, they got to keep an eye on us.
Of course.
But when the question was asked to your beloved founder of the nation, your founding father,
yes, sir,
the great Cylinder Oscar Penland, y'all around here trafficking drugs into America. What was his response, sir?
Something along the lines of, if I think that's when he was asking the question if America can't control it, and they're a big nation of millions of people, how do you expect for the Bahamas to have any major level of control over whatever? Something along those lines.
So let me ask you another question. How much drug dealers you think in America?
Ooh.
I trying to be decent.
Yeah.
How much drug dealers you think in America? When you talk about back in the days with Bumpy Johnson and the rest of them fellas there in Harlem, how much drug dealers they got in America? See, when America says that, oh, the Bahamas is a violent nation, we just sit back and say, oh, okay, if you say so.
Right.
Miami ain't violent? I asking you.
Oh, yeah.
Jacksonville ain't violent? What about Chicago? What about New York?
Memphis.
What about Memphis? What about Louisiana, New Orleans? They ain't violent? But they say, you know, you was a violent nation. Now they saying you're a corrupt nation. We don't have no corruption over there? I just asking you a question. They do not amplify to the world that America is corrupt or violent. You know what they amplify? America is what? Great. All I saying to the Bahamian people is that every nation got their issues.
Right.
Every nation got their drug dealer. Every nation got their wicked, evil politicians.
Yeah.
I like how China's deal with them, though. Put one bullet in their head right away. Ain't no judge, no jury, just shoot them. I like that. But every nation got them.
Yeah.
Even the ones who shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
So what you trying to tell God about the Bahamas? I didn't ever told you that we have a pure-minded cabinet or pure-minded political staff. All I'm simply saying to you is that be careful how you conversate with our beloved country. We depend on tourism.
My question is, who are you blaming that is responsible for putting this negative information or image of the Bahamas out there? You blaming our government? Because you say
the government can't control that.
Because you say that's what I'm saying. Because you're saying in America they have corruption and other problems, and then you're saying the Bahamas, on the other hand, we're projecting negativity and
I blame
as a
the
brand.
people. Let me show you what I'm saying to you.
For our nation.
When you go
Who's to blame?
When you go on social media, there's a handful of people that talk bad about America. There may be some Nazi type people or some far off religious people, sect, whatever, Branch Davidian, whatever.
Right.
But when you look at that compared to the millions of people in America, America is great. We got 6,000 Hispanics coming into El Paso every day trying to get to America because it's great. Because you so corrupt, let me ask you another question, Mr. Beats, before we end the show. Since we so corrupt, why the Haitian coming here then? You know what you say? Because we corrupt, we selling passport. That's what you're telling the world. So who's selling the passport? The PLP? The F&M? The COI? It's you. You people on the job, you're corrupt. I never told you to be no drug dealer, Mr. Bates. You chose to be a drug dealer. Now, embarrass the whole country, go right ahead. But as for me and my house, I love the Bahamas. I believe in the Bahamas. We are the best Christian, pure nation in the entire world. Yeah. God bless the Bahamas, yes. And God bless you. You like that?
I love it. I love it.
Hey, we'll see you on Thursday. We can talk about that drug problem.
Oh, yeah. We can talk
on Thursday. We can break that down. Have a good one, folks. Wally, big shout out to you. Big shout out to Wally. Hey, and Ackland's over there, Michael, big shout out.
Yes, sir.
God bless the Commerce of the Bahamas.
Cause that minus is too low to see. Yeah.